Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjansalakaya Chakshurumlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Samsara Dukha Jaladasya Patitasya Kama Krodadinakrmakrakavli Kritasya Durvasnasya Nigritasya Nirashayasya Chaitanya Chandra Mamadehi Padavalambam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopikant Radhakant Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vrindai Tulasi Devi Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu. Why not? I don't need any garland. If you want to give, just give. Okay. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Prem Lati Kar Mula. Today's Ekadashi, very auspicious Tithi. The Tithi, the day to accumulate Bhakti. Ekadashi is known as the mother of Bhakti. Bhakti Janani. Jatane Palana Kari. One must follow Ekadashi with utmost attention and endeavors. Because Ekadashi is the most important fasting. If a choice is given, one should follow. If a choice is given to follow the appearance of the Lord, any Vishnu Tattva or Ekadashi, what are you going to choose? Ekadashi is more important. Ekadashi is very important. And therefore, Shri Sanatana Goswami, he wrote one verse in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Upavratassu papebhyo yastu vasa gunai saha upavasam tu vigyam nat upavasam langanam. Today is the day of Upavas. Upavas means fasting, refrain from grains. But that's secondary meaning of fasting. Upavratassu papebhyo. The prime meaning of Upavas means, Up means Krishna and Vas means to reside with Krishna. The day to reside with Krishna. How to reside with Krishna? I may say, oh, deities are just here, I'm next door. I'm residing with him. But what I'm doing next door, that matters. Not just, staying with him. So, upavratassu papebhyo. To refrain from sins. Refrain from eating grains. But primary is to reside with Krishna. How to reside with Krishna? By hearing, by speaking, by serving, Krishna. Chanting Harinam more than other days. Cut down sleep, cut down eating. To do something extraordinary. What is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. So, on this day of Ekadashi, something extra, which we are not doing every day. But we are attending Mangal Aarti every day, we are hearing Bhagavatam class every day. Yeah, but extraordinary, extra is today we are not eating grains. And that's also secondary. Chanting more than other days. How many rounds you chant today? 3. What? You said you're going to chant 8 every day. What's wrong? Today is supposed to 10 rounds. Not finished yet, but day is finished. I saw you guys playing outside. That was the time of chanting. Huh? You can play, I don't mind. But after chanting your rounds, then you are free to play. Okay? So make sure you chant 10 rounds on every Ekadashi. Yes, you also. Came right time. Right moment. I just went out to see what you guys doing. You're playing, binding ropes to each other. How many rounds you chant today? How many rounds you chanted today? 4. 3 and 4. But you said 8 every day. Huh? You're not finished yet? You're going to chant after class? Okay. So today 9 rounds. 1 additional. To glorify and to praise Ekadashi. 9th round. Anyhow. So this is how we have to maintain Ekadashi if we really want the proximity with Krishna. Yes, this is Ekadashi Tithi. Any question about Ekadashi? Any question?
I have a question. I was wondering if we need to honor Ekadashi with like what we put on our skin, not just with what we eat. Like, for instance, like if our chapstick has beeswax or if our lotion has beeswax, should we refrain from that?
Refrain from everything. All body comforts and luxuries, just for one day. 2 times in a month.
Actually, at lunchtime, Maharaj, there was lots of discussion about Ekadashi. No one is coming forward, but there were questions people have. I guess the most pertinent one that I didn't know the answer to was what is the history behind the extra regulations beyond the grains for Gaudiya? So, but why no beads and other things that they aren't practicing in ISKCON? So of course we know Kali comes and sits in the grain from Satyayuga like this, I know, but the other that I couldn't
So,
answer.
the fundamental is to live in a very basic maintenance on that day and focus more on worshipping, chanting, and to be with Krishna all day and all night. This is a fundamental. Now, everyone can perceive this fundamental according to one's perception, but basically is to somehow sustain one's life, one's day. We're not going to die if we don't eat one day. That's not going to happen. Yeah, of course we're going to feel weak, headache and all that. Yeah, I'm feeling weak and headache. But my day passed. I'm chanting, reading, speaking Harikatha. So basically it's like basics. But that depends on person to person. We can even enhance that basics to comforts and more luxuries in terms of eating and other things. Depends on different adhikars, one's different qualifications. Is Maharaj coming?
No.
No, you can't come?
He gives example of basis, but he's not feeling it too.
Okay, that's okay.
Thank you.
We don't want to trouble him.
Yes, sir.
But I'll be happy if you would have come.
Hare
So this is like the fundamental is basics. So we can survive on fruits. Why we have to go for some other eating? Fruits can maintain one day. We can survive on fruit. But just a cup of milk is enough for a day if you're feeling less energy or weak. If you're working hard, then just the roots. But I can't give you exactly answer of why not cauliflower and why not broccoli and why not this and that. I can't give you exactly the answer for this, but it has to be like basics. So just the root products like potatoes, things like that, a little bit cooking, eating and maintaining sustaining one's life here without dying, and do some services, whatever is needed for the body. Important factor is to maintain our services and chanting. If I'm fasting all day and if I'm not able to do any service, what is the use of that fasting? Rather I should eat one time and give my services. I can chant more. So there are many details into this. It depends on person to person, and everyone have their bodies and different qualifications. So there is not one rule. It's not just one rule applies to everyone. It depends on every individual has their own qualification and their own perceptions. I can be more strong, I can be more weak, I can be medium. So accordingly. Some years back, I used to do dry fasting, no water. It's more than 24 hours. Like yesterday, I finished my dinner 6 p.m. So if now it's already 6:30, so it's almost 24 hours. And I'm going to break my fast tomorrow morning, so it will be additional 12 hours. 36 hours, 40 hours fasting. I used to do this a lot. And all night, no sleeping, reading Bhagavatam and chanting. So that was one time, but now I'm not able to because I'm traveling and many other, changing different locations, environment and all that. But I try my best to at least follow the standard of Ekadashi, to eat and remain basics and focus more on chanting, reading and remembering Krishna. That's the bottom line. Is that okay? It makes sense? Okay. Shrimada Shiksha. Yesterday we heard about Guru Goshte Goshtaleshu Sujana Bhusur Dhane. Goshtaleshu means what? Uttam Bhagavats. Right? And what we heard about Uttam Bhagavats? How we can define Uttam Bhagavats? What are the symptoms?
They see their worshipful Lord in everyone.
They see their Krishna worshipful Lord in everyone, and they see everyone is present in my Lord. Sarvuteshu Yapashchit, right? Ye bola tha. But there are 3 categories of Uttam Bhagavats also. In our Gaudiya Siddhanta, there is nothing one. Everything is 2, 3, 5. There is nothing one. Even Krishna is not one. He is with Radharani, right? Mahaprabhu is not one. He is with 4 others. He make 5. Pancha Tattva Atmakam, Krishna Bhakta Rup Sarupakam. 5. So Uttam Bhagavats also 3 categories. That means Uttam Uttam, Uttam Madhyam, Uttam Kanishta. Low, medium, high. You can understand like that. Low means not is low. But in that dimension is Uttam low, not low. Huh? Uttam Kanishta, Uttam Madhyam, and Uttam Uttam. This is described by Vishnu Chakra Thakur in our scriptures. Uttam Kanishta means, the example of Uttam Kanishta means, example is Shri Naraji. Uttam Madhyam is Shukdev Goswami. And Uttam Uttam is again Naraji. Because Shri Naraji is playing two roles. Narad from a previous life, son of maid servant Narad. And later on, the Narad who is carrying Veena, the instrument in his hands, and is wandering everywhere chanting the glories of the Lord. That Naraji is Uttam Uttam. So there are three categories of Uttam Bhagavats. There is not just one. And it's called Nirdut Kashai, Murchit Kashai, and Bhagavad Parshad De Prapt. Understand? Uttam Kanishta, Uttam Madhyam, Uttam Uttam. Now, you want to understand this? Uttam Kanishta means in that dimension of Uttam Bhagavas, the lower one, Uttam Kanishta. His example is Narad. Shri Naraji, he received mantras from the sadhus who came in his village and stayed 4 months during Chaturmasya time. And while they were there, Narad, a small young boy, same size, less than them, 6-7 years old, he was serving those great saints who came in that village, staying 4 months, serving prasadam to them, and also honored remnants from their, means leftover from their plate, with their permission. When the young boy, Narad, as a young boy, was serving those great personalities, prasadam, cleaning, all menial services, so one day he seek permission from them. Uchishta lepan anumodita dvija. O sadhus, if you permit me, can I take the leftover from your plate? And seeing me, innocent boy, they granted permission. Yes, you can take. Naraji said, moment I took that, I don't know what happened to me. Bhakti appeared in my heart. Just by honoring that remnants of those sadhus. Kalmash means all the impurities, misconceptions, everything just finished just by honoring. And imagine how the potency in those leftovers. It's about potency, it's not about leftovers. It's not about I'm eating a pizza and I full one big slice and I just big circle of pizza and I kept 2 slices for you, and I kept 3 slices for you. It's not about that. It is about the potency. It is about the potency, because the saliva is there, and saliva means the potency of that sadhu. Imagine the potency. Naraji said, moment I ate that leftover, something strange happened. Bhakti appeared in my heart. And then I was keep on serving them. And when they were leaving, I requested them, I begged them, can you please give me some mantras to chant? Finding me that I'm qualified for this, they gave me mantras. And Naraji said, after receiving that mantra, something more happened. What more happened? Renunciation. I didn't want to speak to anyone. I got totally renounced. And the only attachment I had was with my mother. And I was praying to Lord, why you kept this one attachment also? I want to be alone, secluded. Why this attachment also? And by the will of providence, the mother of Naraji, at sunset, she went to cow shed to milk cow, but there was a cobra who bit mother of Naraji and she died. Naraji said, I was least affected because I was in that stage of complete renunciation. And then I started walking the forest, crossing so many rivers, creeks, and even so many mountains, and went deep into that dense forest. And I sat under one tree and started chanting that mantra. So he was in search of a conducive environment to chant that mantra. He could have chanted anywhere else. In the forest, no, but he wanted to go in a very deep, dense forest where there is no even sunlight. Without any fear. And he sat under that tree and chanted that mantra. And what happened then? When he chanted that mantra, the Lord appeared in front of him. See the potency of that mantra. No, sorry. Not the potency. Of course, the potency of the mantra is there, but who is giving that mantra? His potency, his saliva matters a lot. So he received that mantra from high class Vaishnavas, and with that potency, moment he said, I start chanting that mantra, I saw the deity of that mantra appeared in front of me, means the Lord. And tears came in the eyes of Narada. Tears of love by seeing his Lord. But within few seconds, that vision disappeared. That made Naraji so restless. So restless. Where are you? Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Almost about to leave his body. So restless. Then he heard one aerial voice. Hantasmi janmana mama dushtumaharti avipakkashayanam durdosham ko yoginam. The Lord said in that aerial voice, those whose yoga is not complete, practice is not complete, and never give darshan to them. But those whose practice is completed, I certainly give my darshans to them. But now, in this case, I gave my darshan to you, but then I disappeared to make you longing to have my darshan again. This longing is so important. This hankering is so important. Otherwise, everything becomes so casual. And Krishna, Guru and Krishna never want anything casual. They want everything fancy, not casual. And fancy comes when there is a longing. You understand longing means? Restlessness. We do have. I feel some longing, some hankering for something. I know how restless it is. But I'm getting experience with this. I was thinking about this. Just an example, XYZ. Longing for something, but I'm experiencing, my gosh, what is that longing for Krishna means? And I'm not crying and I'm not restless. And day and night I'm thinking of something else, some achievements. Day and night I'm thinking of some achievement. It's just saying, we all have some targets or something to accomplish. How about if I engage this longing? I was chanting today and I was pondering on this. If I apply same longing and for Krishna, I'll be in a different domain. So as I'm saying, I'm not an instructor to anyone. I'm just sharing my situation. I want to have my temple completed. That's my accomplishment. And I'm longing for this. I'm restless for this. Just one example, XYG. But if the same amount of longing is for Krishna, then my situation would have been different. And Krishna intentionally, he do this. I'm speaking about spiritual matters, not material matters. There's material matters and there's spiritual matters. So, at present situation, we might have some other thoughts in our mind. I want to accomplish this. Maybe Sanatan Prabhu have something in his mind. Maybe Radhakant has something in his mind. Maybe Sham, Damodar. If I get this, if I attain this, if I accomplish this, what if we change the course of that towards Krishna? Imagine. Restlessness for Krishna, longing for Krishna. You just accelerate bhakti. Totally accelerate the mood, the emotions towards Krishna. I was pondering on this today. And this is why the Lord appeared in front of Naraji and then he disappeared. Why you're so cruel? Better you should have not come. It is just like you won a lottery, $100 million. Yes, Ananga? Overnight you got an email, you won a lottery, $100 million in your account. And you're so happy, start spreading news and party and all that. Feast. Party means feast, devotional feast. And already planning, then we can have a nice temple here in the property, more facilities for cows and all that. Start planning all night. In the morning, after Mangalarti, you saw another email saying that your phone got hacked and somebody took money from your account. It's more painful. It's more painful when you lose something. If you don't have something, that's in a better situation. But if you lose after attaining, understand? We only understand this language, dollars. Just joking. But it can be XYZ, anything. Accomplishments. But Narad, he got the best accomplishment. There's nothing can be best than this. Seeing Lord with your eyes and in front of you is so beautiful. And after accomplishing this, there's nothing else to accomplish in life. That's the best accomplishment in the life. Practically speaking. Best accomplishment. Means adoring the beauty of Krishna from the toe to head. Peacock feather on his head. When I see peacocks here, it reminds me of this scene. One day, in one lifetime, this is going to happen. One day. It's also going to be a day. There will be sunrise in any universe, in any one lifetime, after 100 births, 500 births, 1000 births. When Krishna will be standing in front and wearing this peacock feather. And by seeing Krishna, faint. I want to faint. Understand? Krishna intentionally disappeared from the vision of Narad. Why? It's not about he's cruel, it's about he's very compassionate. He wants the bhakti to enhance, the emotions to enhance. And that only happens when there is separation and longing. In union, everything is casual here. It's casual. But in separation, intensity goes high. The bhakti goes high. And there's more and more emotions, adoration, appreciation, of what I've accomplished. This happens in separation. So, and the Lord told Narad, keep on chanting this mantra and get perfection. When you're going to leave this body, in your next life, you're going to become my associate, my eternal associate. And Narad every day is just waiting and waiting and waiting when I'm going to end of my life. I mean, he can't commit suicide. This is offensive. But he was waiting for the time when this body is going to come to end. Because the words of the Lord said, promised that in the next life you're going to become my associate. So imagine, we don't want to die. And Naraji, he wants to leave his body as soon as possible. He's so restless to leave his body, waiting and longing for that time. When I'm going to leave my body? When I'm going to leave my body? So this situation, imagine, so high class situation. But again, this situation is Uttam Kanishta. It's not even Uttam high, it's Uttam low. And what makes this situation of Naraji as Uttam Kanishta? Because he was sitting under that tree and chanting the mantra. If any deer passing by and the deer stopped there at the bottom of the tree, Naraji is telling that deer, go away from here, this tree belongs to me. This is my tree because I'm doing my sadhana, my practice under this tree. And that edge and that point is called Uttam Kanishta. Thinking, this is my place. This is my property. This is my tree. How come you are entering in my territory, in my tree? So subtle. It's not about gross property, it's about just a tree. Naraji could have gone some other tree. But no, he was just there and started believing, this is mine. This is called Kashai. Kashai means some anarthas in a very subtle form. With Naraji, we can't use this word anarthas. For Uttam Bhagavas, we are not supposed to use the word anarthas. This applies for us, conditioned souls. And that's why the other word is Kashai. A very refined word for saying that unwanted desires. A refined way. And we can understand with this example that Naraji said, oh dear, go away from here. This is my tree. I do sadhana here. See, such subtle. So subtle. And I'm so much worried for my suitcase, my clothes, my socks, my car, my house. Is there any hope for us at this stage? But this is called Adhikar Bhed. We should not overlap our qualification. I can't pretend and start imitating like Narad. That's called pretendance. Remain in your qualification. That's the beauty of that. Suppose this young ones, or say Narayani, how old she is? 5 years old. If she walk in and she started instructing grandmother or mother, this is not the way to sit in class. Sit properly. It doesn't suit to her profile, right? She's a young child. She can't instruct mother and grandmother or any superior, senior ones. But this is called overlapping one's qualification. And if a grandmother start behaving like Narayani, it doesn't suit. She's just rolling on the ground in Harikatha. Or just start clapping like Narayani or yawning and sleeping. So everything is nice according to one's qualification. So by hearing these examples of Naraji and many other scenes, naturally a mood develops in the heart. Inspiration comes in the heart. But that inspiration has to enhance our sadhana. Yes, we were thinking about you. It's all about sadhana, but not to imitate those saints like Naraji. Try to go in this forest, in dense forest here, sit under that tree and chant your Gopal mantra. And you see, going to see coyotes howling, and then you just start running from there. There's so many coyotes. We heard yesterday, right? Or the snake came. Oh, this is not my tree. I should go new Gokul now in my cabin. This is more safest place. So everything is according to qualification, right? So Naraji in this state is called Uttam Kanishta, Nirdut Kashai. Then other category, Uttam Madhyam, this is Shukdev Goswami, high class. But is again Madhyam, means medium. Shri Shukdev Goswami. Even though he exhibited high class renunciation, and not only just renunciation, high class bhakti. He is speaking the glories of Krishna. He spoke Bhagavatam. And all the sages are sitting on the ground, and Naraji on the raised platform is, Shukdev Goswami is speaking. His father Vyasadeva sitting, Naraji sitting on the ground and hearing. The best Kirtaniya ever in the history, Shri Shukdev Goswami, who spoke Ras Leela, who spoke Venu Geet, who spoke Pranay Geet, Gopi Geet. What can be more than this? The best Kirtaniya. But again, is Uttam Madhyam, Uttam medium. Then Uttam is Shri Naraji. Again Naraji? Yes. But this Naraji is when the previous Narad, who was waiting for his life come to an end, as already instructed by the Lord, what's going to happen? When that Naraji, who was a small boy, when he left his body, he entered in the body of Brahma. And Brahma entered in the body of Karandaksha Vishnu. And there is totally annihilation, destruction. And after thousands of years, a new creation happened. From the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu appeared Shri Brahma. And then from Brahma appeared Naraji. Now this Narad is not same Narad as from previous life. Understand? This Naraji is carrying veena in his hand, instrument veena, and is always chanting Narad Muni Bajai Veena Radhika Raman Ram Radha Raman, Radha Raman, Radha Raman. All the time. When Narad goes to Vaikuntha, he is chanting Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. When he goes to Saket Dham, the eternal abode of Lord Ram, then he is chanting Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. When he comes to Golok or Shri Vrindavan here, then he on his veena he is chanting Narad Muni Bajai Veena Radhika Raman Ramani, Radha Raman, Radha Raman, Radha Raman. But mostly he is chanting Radha Raman. Mostly he is chanting Radha Raman. His Ishta is, his worshipable is Radha Raman. And Narad also became a Naradiya Gopi. So who blessed Dhruv Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj? Blessed means gave mantras and they got perfection and they had darshan of Lord. Shri Dhruv Maharaj, Shri Prahlad Maharaj. Which Narad was that? The previous Narad or the later Narad?
Later.
Yes, Uttam Narad. He is associate of Lord. There is no beginning, there is no end to his life. And And he's always wandering here and there. He can go, he has access to go anywhere. You know? And he's fond of Sankirtan. As we hear in the life history of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, maybe in LA or somewhere, when Srila Prabhupada was singing, he told his disciples, he stopped singing and told his disciples, stand up, make 2 big seats for great personalities. And they were all wondering who's going to come and sit there. No one can see them. And Srila Prabhupada was chanting and chanting and chanting, tears from his eyes, flowing from his eyes. And then chanting was over. Nobody came and sat there. And then they asked Srila Prabhupada, who was supposed to come? You, in the middle of the kirtan, you said arrange 2 seats. He said, I saw. Narad came. Shiva came. I think Shiva, I'm not sure. Yeah. Narad and Shiva came. They're fond of Sankirtan. To mad bhaktar yatra gayanti, tattva trishnani narada. Shri Narad asked, Lord, where do you reside? Do you reside in Vaikuntha, Golok Vrindavan? Lord Hari said, no. Naham Vaisami Vaikunti. I don't reside in Vaikuntha. Or then you must be residing in the heart of the yogis who meditate on you. Naja yogi hidayam. Lord doesn't reside in the heart of the yogis. Why? What is the meditation of yogis? You read Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, instruction of Kapil Bhagwan. How is describing? Yogis, what is the meditation? They meditate. There is a fire and the Lord is present in that fire. This is the meditation of the yogi. A big effulgence, a fire, and the Lord is present in 4-armed form as Paramatma, the super soul, in that fire. That's the meditation of yogi. And meditation of devotees, they don't even offer hot milk to Krishna. What to speak of thinking my Krishna is in fire. You understand the difference? Yogis, they are possessed with the mood of opulence. And they meditate on 4-armed form of the Lord as Paramatma in the heart. And that Paramatma is in fire. But devotee can't even imagine this. They can't even dream of this. Because devotee has love for the Lord. Yogis have no love. Devotees have prem, love for Krishna. So if you're boiling milk, you can't just bring that hot milk, do you? From the stove directly offering? No, that's not good. Why sometimes? Can you give that burning hot milk to your daughter? Then how can you give to the Krishna? We have to offer according to the concept, I'm feeding my own child. This is about love, not that burning hot food or burning hot milk directly from the stove and offering to Krishna here. That's not proper. And Krishna showed this with his own example in Jagannath Puri. His 3 fingers got burned when he was being offered sweet rice, hot sweet rice. He immediately took this because it was being offered with love, and is so much controlled by love of devotees. So the moment he touched, his 3 fingers got burned, and there was burning mark on his face and chest. We should not do this. Krishna swallowed forest fire, the wildfire, Munjavati, in Braj, in Bandirvan. Know this? Srimad Bhagavatam. Know this? There was forest fire, came to burn Krishna. Kamsa sent this demon. And Krishna swallowed that fire. But wait a minute. Our acharyas describe differently. No. We can't even think of this. Krishna swallowed fire. It's so painful to the heart. My Lord is so soft and tender. He's so sensitive. The gopis are scared to put the lotus feet of Krishna on their chest. Yatte sujata charanam staneshu in Gopi Geet. Gopis are expressing their emotions and love by saying, we are scared to put your soft, tender feet on our chest because our chest is so hard. The chest of the gopi is hard. They are soft. It's a soft place. But they are seeing the feet, the lotus feet of Krishna is so soft and tender. We are scared to put on our chest. And you have no concern. You walking with the cows in the forest with the same soft, tender feet without wearing any shoes. You have no consideration, Krishna. This is the meditation of the gopis, those who love Krishna. They are scared to put on their chest. So our commentators, Vishnu Chakri Thakur and others describe, it's so painful to think that Krishna swallowed that forest fire. But then how he extinguished that fire? Blowing. That's easy. That is not painful. You know? Suppose there's a big fire, not big, a small fire. I can't swallow that fire. And if you try to swallow that fire, your wife, your children, your father, mother, what are you doing? Just blow it. Happy birthday to you. Blowing that fire. So Krishna blowed out that fire, not he swallowed that fire. So when he was doing so, he asked his suckers, his cowherd boys, close your eyes. And all the suckers, the cowherd boys, friends of Krishna, they closed their eyes. And then Krishna swallowed that fire. Why he asked his friends to close eyes? You know why? Any reason?
So they didn't tell Mother Yashoda? So they didn't tell Mother Yashoda?
You're very intelligent. It's a great answer. Krishna was scared that what if my friend's going to tell Mother Yashoda? Because once upon a time I just ate a soil, a mud, and they complained to Mother Yashoda, and Mother gave me so much hard time. And now if she comes to know that I swallowed fire, she's going to beat me. So he told his cowherd boys, his friends, close your eyes, and everyone closed their eyes. In a fraction of a second, he just swallowed that fire. He blew that fire. This is the meditation of the devotees who love Krishna. But yogis, their meditation is totally different. So Narad asked this question to Lord, do you reside in Vaikuntha? He said, no. But then you must be residing in the heart of the yogis. He said, no. Then where do you reside? Then the Lord replied, Mad bhaktar yatra gayanti. Wherever my pure devotees, they sing my glories, they sing my glories. I always and always reside there. Always I reside there. So when Srila Prabhupada was singing, Shri Narad ji appeared there. So which Narad ji? Uttam Uttam. So all Uttam Bhagavats are not same. There are three categories. They categorize into three. Uttam Kanishta, Uttam Madhyam, and then also we all know what is the symptoms of Kanishtas. We are Kanishtas. What is the definition of Kanishta? What is the definition of Kanishta?
Just in general, beginning level devotee.
Yes. But what are the symptoms of Kanishta?
Sees the Lord in the temple, but not in all living entities.
Yes, that's right. Archam eva hare pujava shadhanvate natad bhakteshu chandeshu sa bhakt prakrita samatha. One who gave importance to serving the deities at the altar but who don't give any attention or feel no inclination to serve devotees is a symptom of Kanishta. In Bhakti Sam Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. A full faith in Lord, serving Lord at altar, and oh, He's everything. What is more than Krishna? By serving Him, I'm serving everyone else, the whole universe. But that Kanishta, he don't give any importance to the service of devotees. Understand? That's why he always remain Kanishta. But with association, when get realization, the service of devotees are more important than service of Krishna. If the choice is given, Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj, when he was asked, if a choice is given to you to choose serving Krishna or the devotees, what are you going to choose? He said, I would prefer choosing devotees, not Krishna. Because he don't speak. You give him hot water, hot milk, no salt or excess salt, he's not going to complain anything. That's why it's so easy to serve him. You wake him, you don't wake him. You offer him bhoga in curtains, outside curtain, while he's sleeping or he's awake. He's not going to slap you. That's why he's easy going. When you try to serve your Guru and your Vaishnavas like this, you get hard time. They're going to correct you every minute. They're going to correct you. And they're also testing your tolerance. When I was beginner, my own story. When I was beginner, I was serving one sannyasi from America. He asked me to go wash my clothes. And in Indian setup, we have to wash clothes in the bucket, not like fancy machines we have here in America. So I soaked his clothes for 1 hour, and then I wash and rinse and then squeeze, and then we put on line, right? That's the Indian setup. I did. When I was about to put his clothes on the line, he said, wait a minute, show me. Show me, I want to see how you wash. And then he squeezed his shirt and dhoti, and so much water came from there. This is how you have to dry my clothes? It's going to take all day, and I have to change my clothes after 2 hours. He chastised me. I said, okay, sorry Maharaj, next time I'll be careful. Yes. Next day again I washed my clothes and I squeezed like all my muscles, power, everything. And I was expecting word of praise from him, because not even a drop fell from that cloth. So next day again he called upon me, come here, I want to see. And he tried to squeeze, then nothing came out. And I was like, yes, today I'll get something. And then he chastised me again. You stupid? I'm a poor sannyasi. If you squeeze my clothes like this, it's going to get ripped in 2 days. From where I'm going to get the new ones? And I was confused what to do. So confused. If I do nicely, again chastisement. If I'm not doing nicely, I started crying. I was very new. I'm not trying to reconcile what to do, what not to do in this situation. Started crying, and then he consoled me. I'm testing you and making you strong. I'm doing intentionally, correcting you to make you strong. This is only just one service. You're going to have so many services in your lifetime. If you're not strong enough, how are you going to tolerate? Understand? In future, you're going to get initiation. Then you're going to serve under your Gurudev. And he's going to correct you, chastise you, love, affection, all mixed emotions. So right in the first place, if you're not that strong, how are you going to manage in future? So I'm giving you training. Then I realized, okay, he's my well-wisher. But before I was thinking, he's my enemy. So better serve Krishna because he's not going to chastise you or correct you. This is Kanishta. So don't give importance to serve devotees, but give all importance to serve Krishna. This is Kanishta. Moment one's adhikar, one qualification grows, then give more emphasis in serving devotees. Because they speak Harikatha. They're going to correct you. They're going to give affection. Krishna is not speaking anything. He spoke 5,000 years back. He's not going to speak. He took a promise. Deity means that form of Krishna, the transcendental form of Krishna. Never think this metal or wood or marble. The transcendental form of Krishna who have taken a promise, I'm not going to say any word. And I'm not going to complain anything. That's my vow. A promise. That's called deities. So how are we expecting our advancement by serving Krishna? More important is serving devotees. When you serve them, then we are bound to do mistakes. And how we can improve ourselves? By doing mistakes. What is the foundation of good decisions? The foundation of good decisions is bad decisions. By taking bad decisions, one gets experience, and with that experience, one comes to the good decisions. The foundation of good decisions is bad decisions. Not always, but many times. So while serving Vaishnavas, when I was serving Gurudev, so much chastisement, correcting every single day. And that moment it looks hard. But if you are strong and convinced that yes, he is my well-wisher, and after learning and training from him, when I'm fully trained, then I become qualified to train others. And this happens. Even if you go join military, in the beginning training, and after going through training, what happens? You're trained enough to, you're so much trained that you can train others. It's all about training. This is a symptom of Kanishta. Then Kanishta, a symptom of Madhyam is he maintains 4 relationships. Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. One who maintains 4 relationships with 4 different varieties. Prema, love for Krishna. Maitri, friendship with the devotees. Kripa, compassion for those who are junior to him or the newcomers. And Upeksha, neglecting those who are antagonistic or those who are against devotees and Krishna. This is also important. Not everyone is right, everyone is cool. That's not cool. Anyone shouting at Krishna, pointing at Krishna, or his raising finger on his character, and you expecting I'm going to embrace that person? Not possible. Recently I was speaking one class. It was about something happened in India. A priest in the middle of people. It was like a funeral, like a funeral cell. What do you call it?
Funeral service.
Funeral service, yeah. So everyone, gave their speech. He spoke something so weird. He said, everyone who comes in the material world is bound to die. It can be Ram and it can be Krishna also. They also die. I can't tolerate this. If I tolerate this, it will be my offense. If I tolerate this, it will be offensive. And if I react on this, that will be my service. It looks weird. So one devotee corrected me. Oh Maharaj, we devotees, we understand what you're saying, but the message goes to the general public. They may think bad about you. I said, I don't mind. But I can't tolerate this. Anyone saying Krishna dies. They come, they take birth, they live, and then they die. I can't tolerate this. And if I tolerate this, then I'll be at offensive mode. And if I react on this, then I'm safe from my offense. And that's my service to my Lord. Because I love Him. And therefore, in temple, in ashram or in householder. If preacher goes there and they see something wrong, they're supposed to tell the truth, means the correcting. And if they don't tell, if they don't correct, then all the offense will go to them, because that's their duty to tell. And while they're correcting, then they're out of that offensive domain. Then it about the householder or the ashram. The offense will go to them. Understand what I'm trying to say? So it's important to just at least inform them. See, this is not correct, do like this. It becomes a duty. And they're duty bound. So if I just tolerate anyone saying nonsense, oh, yogis are also devotees are also yogis, doesn't matter, everyone is same. Just meditate on something and that's bhakti, this stupid and nonsense ideas. That means you have not read Shastras and you're not keen to hear or learn, or you have never served any devotee. And whatever is just coming in your mind, you think this is true. I will not believe this. I will believe what is written here. These are our law books, written by Uttam Bhagavats, who have no faults, no flaws. They are pure and in love with Krishna. So why would I just get impressed and follow any person speaking whatever they want? That's not the system. Understand? So the Madhyam Adhikari, the medium level devotee, he maintains 4 relationships. So what we learned today, who is Kanishta? One who is fond of serving deities but don't give attention to serve devotees. That's Kanishta. Then Madhyam, other level, medium level is one who maintains 4 relationships. Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Love for Krishna, friendship with devotees, compassion for the fallen, and neglecting those who are against the Lord. Neglecting, ignoring them. He is to maintain that. That's Madhyam level. And then Uttam level, 3 gradations. So many details are there. Gaur Premanande, Shimana Shiksha Ki. I'm coming to you. Please take this. Yes, Devi.